Hey there, Nicole. I've got some great news. I'm getting married today in Hawaii. And you know who the lucky groom is? None other than your fiancé, Rick. Well, Nicole, are you going to give me a congratulations or what? I wonder what it must feel like to have your fiancé stolen away from you. I wouldn't know. I'm far too good to my men to let some other woman steal them from me. Well, I'm waiting. Are you so shocked at the loss of the love of your life that you can't even send one single text to me?
I was too busy scratching my head to respond, actually. What in the world are you talking about?
Oh, I get it. You're just so surprised. Your tiny little brain hasn't had the time to process it all. That makes sense after all. Today was the day you and Rick were supposed to get married, wasn't it? Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, but you will never marry him. He's going to be mine forever. I've already booked everything right here in Hawaii. The venue, the caterer, and most importantly, the hotel room.
So you and Rick are getting married today in Hawaii?
I'm glad you finally caught up with the class. That's right, we're tying the knot. I figured you deserved at least a heads up. Oh, and by the way, we would love for you to come too. We're inviting all of our friends to share in this joyous occasion with us. Oh, and don't worry. I know how humiliating it would be for you if word got out that Rick was engaged to you before me. So I'll try not to tell anyone about that while I mingle with the guests at the reception. But if I do go and get a little blabby, though, I hope you'll forgive me. But our friendship has meant so much to me over the years that I really want you to be here.
All right, what's your angle here, Melina? Are you trying to be funny or what?
Trying. I'm wiping tears off my phone as I type from laughing so hard. I mean, when you think about it, it's absolutely hysterical. I've stolen just about every single one of your boyfriends from you. And now, for my piece de resistance, I'm stealing your fiancé. I know that I've caused you so much pain over the years, and I really appreciate all you've done for me. Thanks to you bringing me a constant supply of men, I haven't had a single lonely night in years.
I'll ask you again, Melina. What's your angle here? Why are you doing this? You've been nothing but terrible to me for as long as I can remember. And based on the way you're talking, it seems like you're aware of that. Am I right? It just seems odd that you'd be so casual about announcing that you've done yet another horrible thing to me.
Why, whatever do you mean, Nicole? I don't think I've done anything wrong at all. It just so happens that all the men you've dated have been my type. And it only takes me a few minutes of persuasion to get them to dump you and get with me. You can't blame me for the fact that all the men in your life like me more than you, can you? I mean, we're not even close to being on the same level. I'm way prettier than you, way more charming than you, way sexier than you. So put yourself in the shoes of a man who's unfortunate enough to date an ugly, fat, dumpy girl like you. All of a sudden, her gorgeous friend comes along and it seems like she's interested in you. It's only natural that they choose me if given the option.
You know, Melina, I think you're the only person I know who would brag about being able to steal another woman's man. You really are one of a kind.
Oh, don't be silly. I don't think it's anything worth bragging about. I mean, if those guys were all so willing to ditch you after I toyed with them for just a little bit, doesn't that say more about their lack of commitment? And then there's a simple fact that you were never able to lock any of them down. So I'd say your lack of feminine appeal is another pretty big factor.
Yep, that's you, Melina. That's always been you. I've built up a pretty strong immunity to your nonsense over the years, though, so none of this is anything new to me.
What's the matter, Nicole? You got a problem with me or something? If you've got something you want to say, then go ahead and say it now. Or don't. I really don't care either way. In the end, I'm still gonna get to marry Rick, and you're gonna be alone and miserable. You're a loser. You've always been a loser, and you're always gonna be a loser. So I really don't care at all what you think about me.
Really? Then you're in luck, because I have absolutely nothing to say to you. Quite the contrary, I have explicitly and repeatedly told you over the years that you are not my friend, and I want nothing to do with you.
Aw, really, Nicole? You're not gonna be my friend anymore? Seriously, you're such a child. Grow up, will you? No one likes a sore loser, you know.
I can assure you I am not sore about losing anything in this case.
Oh, sure. You're not sore. Sure. You keep telling yourself that. Hey, if it makes you feel better, I'll apologize, okay? I'm sorry for stealing your real estate tycoon boyfriend from you, Nicole. You seem like you still have some feelings for him, though. So how about you come to the wedding? It might give you some closure and help you move on to seeing him tell me I do. Don't worry. Unlike you, I'm actually an appealing woman, so I won't feel threatened at all by the fact that my fiancé's ex-girlfriend is at our wedding. Oh, but you're gonna have to pay for your own ticket and hotel and stuff.
Wait a second, did you call him a real estate tycoon? It would be more accurate to call him roller coaster tycoon because he spends more time and money on video games than he does on real estate.
Come on, Nicole. Really now? You're gonna add spiteful liar to your list of bad qualities? Isn't it bad enough that you're fat and ugly without adding more personality flaws to the mix? You can't honestly think that stupid and obvious lies are gonna scare me away at this point. How pathetic can you get? Are you going for the world record in being a bitter, angry, spurned woman?
I'm not bitter, not angry, and not lying. If you don't want to take my word for it, why don't you go and ask Rick himself? I doubt he'd hesitate to give it to you straight.
I'm not going to waste one single second of my life asking Rick a question I already know the answer to. Speaking of which, I have way better things to do with my time right now than to talk to you, so I'm just going to go. I've got a wedding in paradise to prepare for. Meanwhile, you're going to be sitting on the couch in your cramped little apartment crying your eyes out. Next time, find yourself a boyfriend who won't dump you for me. Thanks for finding me the man of my dreams, though. I really appreciate it. I'll be sure to be as happy as you are miserable.
I'm sure you will, Melina. Harmony, did you hear Melina broke up with your ex-boyfriend already? She really never learns.
I did hear, actually. And I was just about to message you about it myself. You wouldn't believe it, but Keith messaged me earlier.
No way.
Yes, way. And he said he broke up with Melina and wants to get back together with me. I was just like, what kind of idiot do you take me for? You think I'm going to take you back after you dump me for that homewrecker? I guess once he found out what she was really like, he realized how good he had it with me. Men like him make me sick. Honestly, I'm pretty glad I broke up with him.
Ugh, what a jerk.
You'd better be careful, Nicole. Knowing Melina, she's probably going to come creeping around your boyfriend now.
Yeah, about that. She already is.
Oh, you have got to be kidding me.
Nope, last couple of times we've been out on a date, Melina just so happened to be in the same place at the same time.
Yeah, what a coincidence.
Then she jumps in right between me and Rick and starts putting on her typical sweet and playful act. She even asked him for his phone number right in front of me. After the way I told her off last time, she's got some gall to come around doing the same thing again.
My God, she's awful. But weren't you saying you were kind of done with Rick anyway? Do you think she's going to take him off your hands, or?
Yeah, probably. I'll bet you anything that if I just told him that he's got money, she'll swoop in on him like a vulture to a deer carcass.
Good grief, that's a vivid metaphor. I remember you telling me he's chronically unemployed. I'm kind of surprised you lasted this long with him.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. It's probably because he was so different from all my past boyfriends. I don't know, I kind of felt this motherly urge to support him. I've only ever dated guys who were super independent and career-oriented, and he was really laid back and easygoing. I thought that was pretty cute, honestly. But now I realize that he's not laid back, he's just plain lazy. When I realized I was just being used for money, my feelings for him went cold really quickly.
Ah, so that's how it was. But Melina doesn't know about any of that, right?
Yeah, and I don't feel any compulsion to tell her. We're not even friends. She just comes around whenever she feels like stealing something of mine. Again. I think you understand that just as well as I do.
Oh, yeah. You don't need to tell me. You know, I've been thinking for a while. Maybe we can use a situation to our advantage?
Huh? I'm not sure what you mean.
Well, when you think about it, all the guys she's stolen from us in the past have been a bunch of losers, right? Like, what good is having a boyfriend who would go and get together with a girl like her? So, in all seriousness, I'm not all that broken up about any of that. And I'm pretty sure you feel the same way as I do. But still, the way she acts like she's better than us really pisses me off. And every freaking time without fail, she sends the same text like, "Sorry, but your boyfriend is going out with me now." I just can't stand the way she does that.
Yeah, I totally know what you mean. Like, what kind of person does that?
And how many boyfriends of yours has she stolen anyway?
Let me think. She took 2 guys from me back when we were still on speaking terms. After that, I told her I didn't want to speak with her anymore, and I stopped intentionally introducing my boyfriends to her. Like, why would I want her to meet someone who I cared about? It's almost as though she's only interested in other women's men.
I know, right? But before we started dating, guys, she was a pretty okay friend. But then once boys got into the mix, she turned into some kind of feral she-beast.
Feral she-beast is exactly right.
So yeah, like I was saying, I think it's time we got some payback on her.
Payback? How?
Nicole, did you do something to Rick? He's not answering any of my calls or texts. The wedding was supposed to start hours ago, but he's still not here. Tell me, what's going on right now?
Why are you texting me if Rick is the one you want to talk to?
Are you blind? I just told you he won't respond to me. The only possible explanation is that you have something to do with this. So tell me what you did. Why isn't Rick talking to me? What's going on, Nicole?
Really? You think that I'm the only possible solution here? Well, you'd better think again. I didn't do anything with Rick. Maybe I should clarify. Rick texted me a while ago, and I just told him the truth. That's all.
The truth? The truth about what?
I guess Rick was under the impression that your whole "let's go and get married in Hawaii" thing was a joke. So he texted me and asked me if you were really in Hawaii and waiting for him to come. I'm not your friend. I'm barely even your acquaintance, so I don't really know how much of the specifics. But you certainly did come to me and brag that you were going to get married in Hawaii today, so I told him that.
What the? He thought I was joking? No, I don't believe you. There's no way. We talked about this a bunch of times.
Yeah, about that. I hate to break it to you, but it seems the two of you have some irreconcilable differences. Don't shoot the messenger, but I think you deserve to know that your fiancé is telling me that he wants to get back together with me. He was going on and on and on complaining about you, so I'm pretty sure his mind is made up.
He wants to get back with you? You cannot be serious. Are we talking about the same Rick here?
How many Ricks do you know? Yeah, it's the same Rick. So first off, I told you, right? He's not a real estate tycoon or anything of the sort. He's a chronically unemployed slacker.
Yeah, you told me, but that's all a lie. I mean, you told me yourself. You said that he could even become a billionaire someday. That he had a one-of-a-kind real estate instincts and was making moves in some big investment opportunities. You seemed like you were head over heels for him, and that's why I decided that Rick was my best option for a husband. I moved in on him quick and pushed him to marry me in a matter of weeks.
Yeah, I thought so. Congratulations, Melanie. You fell right into my trap. You're so predictable.
Your trap? What are you talking about?
That whole conversation was an act. I was trying to make you think I was head over heels for him. So what do you think? Am I a great actress or what?
Acting? You mean you were lying to me?
Excuse me, I did no such thing. I told you that he could become a billionaire one day. That doesn't mean that he's a billionaire right now, just that he could be one day. Which is true, right? Everyone could become a billionaire, provided with the right combination of talent and luck. You see, I made a completely generic remark. It's not my fault that you interpreted it completely incorrectly.
What? Wait. I remember you talking about him buying a bunch of books, right? You said that he bought basically every book about real estate investing that's ever been written. If that's true, then he's got to know a bunch of stuff about investing.
Yet again, you've made a jump to conclusions, Melanie. Yes, Rick bought a ton of books about real estate investing. He said that they were an investment in his future and would pay off big one day. And so he kept buying more and more and more books, but he never read any of them. They just sat on his shelf collecting dust most of the time. He would crack one of them open every once in a while, but I don't think I've ever seen him read more than a page at a time. That was all he could take before going back to playing video games or something. So yeah, he had a lot of books, but what good is a book that you don't read? He's the kind of guy who feels like just buying a book is an accomplishment in itself.
No way! You mean that he hasn't hit it big investing in real estate yet?
Not only hasn't he made it big, he hasn't done much of anything at all. If he had, do you really think he would be living in his girlfriend's cramped apartment?
Hold on. He told me about that. He said he only did that to get you to stop complaining. You were always on his back about living with you and helping you pay the rent. He could have bought a house for himself. But what good is a house that you can't live in? He'd just be wasting money on a mortgage. His plan was to live with you to save money, then use that to invest in more real estate.
Save money? Him? He's gotten himself fired from every single job he's ever had. How is he supposed to save any money when he isn't making any in the first place? All he ever did was beg me for money.
No, that can't be. He told me he had this big plan, and he needed to save as much money as he could. That's why I was the one who's always ended up paying for all our dates. Not only that, I took out a loan to pay for this wedding. He said he didn't have any money to contribute toward the wedding because whatever he had was going to go right into real estate.
You haven't been seeing him for very long, so I guess you just didn't notice. But all he ever does is basically read motivational speeches about investing in real estate. He never actually does any real work. And since there's no way he could ever get a loan, the probability that he'll even be able to buy a home for himself one day is practically zero.
You have got to be kidding me. He told me that he was going to take good care of me once we were married. And in order for that to happen, we would both have to do our best to save money.
He has a very powerful imagination. His ability to conjure up visions of future glory really are unparalleled. But that's all he's good at. He's nothing but a big talker. At first, I was kind of attracted to him for that reason. He seemed like a dreamer, an eternal optimist. But boy, was I wrong. I guess it's true what they say, love is blind.
Hold on. That still doesn't make sense. You and Rick were planning on getting married yourselves, weren't you? You mean that you knew he was a starry-eyed slacker, but you wanted to marry him anyway?
Uh-oh. Melanie, you're doing it again. I never said I was going to marry him. You only assumed I was because of the way I talked about him. Since you thought I trusted him enough to marry him, you thought that you could trust him too, even going as far as planning a wedding. Too bad for you.
No, I'm not going to let you get away with that. I distinctly remember one time you saying that you were thinking about marrying him.
Oh, trust me, I was dating him, so I was definitely thinking about marrying him. But not as in thinking that I will marry him. I was thinking about the prospect of marrying him. And whenever I got to thinking about it, I immediately thought, nope.
You're serious, aren't you? You were really never serious about marrying him?
Are you joking? How could I be serious about marrying that guy? All he ever does is dream big dreams of being wealthy, but has never taken a single concrete step towards making something of himself. He's just one of those all talk, no action types. He can't even hold down a part-time job at a convenience store. How in the world was he going to be a successful real estate investor? Don't get me wrong, though, he definitely has some redeeming qualities. He has the uncanny ability to be completely positive in any circumstance. And to be honest, that positive nature of his was actually pretty refreshing to me sometimes. But I got to the point that I realized it wasn't going anywhere, and I started thinking about how I would get him out of my apartment. And that was when you came along, Melina. You were the answer to my prayers. I can't thank you enough for taking that dead weight off my hands for me.
I don't believe this. He tricked me.
No, I don't think he's the kind of person to trick anyone. He's definitely a big talker, though. He's like a gym bro who swears he can bench press 300 pounds if he really tried. But he's never outright lied to me about anything. Like, he never told me that he was already investing in real estate or that he had a bunch of money in the bank.
Now that you mention it, he never said that sort of thing to me either. But I mean, he talked all the time about how many books he had about real estate. And whenever he got to talking about it, he would throw out all these crazy technical terms that I'd never heard of before. I just figured he was so smart that he was talking way above my level. I figured he must have already owned a bunch of stuff and was working on making a big purchase. And that was why he never had any money to spend on dates and presents and stuff.
It's true that he did have a goal of investing in real estate and making a bunch of money. But from what you're saying about him just spouting a bunch of complex terminology, I would guess that he was just repeating phrases verbatim that he read while skimming all those books. You confused his baseless confidence for actual expertise. People who actually know what they're talking about aren't like that. They don't just spew as much high-level vocabulary as they can at people. They adjust their speaking style to the level of who they're talking to.
Oh my god, this is terrible! So he actually thought that I was joking about getting married today and he's not gonna show up?
Let's just say I would plan on spending tonight in your hotel room alone if I were you. After I said that you were serious, he said that going all the way out to Hawaii just to get married was a stupid waste of money. Also that the two of you have completely different value systems regarding money. Hold on, I'll just copy his texts for you. If she's got enough money on hand to throw a wedding party in Hawaii, she should just invest that money. I'd rather have a simple wedding ceremony with close family and friends than use that money to live on in the future. So yeah, if she's the kind of girl who wants to show off to her friends with a fancy Hawaiian wedding, then I don't think things are going to work out between us.
He actually said that to you? I guess. He did seem like he was surprised when I was talking about my wedding plan. He said something like, "Whoa, a wedding in Hawaii? That sounds crazy, dude." I thought he meant crazy good, not crazy as insane.
Hasn't anyone ever told you what happens when you assume things? Anyway, I'm not interested in Rick anymore, and he was blowing up my phone with notifications. So after a few hours of listening to him complain about you, I said my goodbyes and blocked his number.
I can't handle this. I'm in Hawaii at the wedding venue that I took out a pretty big loan to pay for. And now I found out Rick's just an unemployed dreamer and isn't coming. Not only that, but he's dumping me. What am I supposed to do now?
How am I supposed to know? All I know is that you've been nothing but a jerk to me and everyone else around you for as long as I can remember. It's like gloating in the face of other people's misfortune is your hobby or something. I doubt there's anybody left in this world who would be willing to help you out, so the way I see it, you only have one option. Live with the consequences of your actions. After that, Melina suddenly started profusely apologizing for everything she's done to me and begged me to get Rick to talk to her. I don't have any reason to do anything to help her, though, so I ignored her cries and blocked her number. I have been preparing for this outcome for some time and had already moved to a new apartment. So I don't think I'll have to worry about Melina coming to find me anytime soon. For what it's worth, I heard through the grapevine that she seems to have cleaned herself up a bit since then. She's working hard at her job to advance while saving as much money as she can to pay down her debt. Hopefully, though, she learns the most important lesson of all from all that happened to her. Keep your hands off men who are already taken.